was on YouTube. We're about to be live for the Fit versus Fat first ever race in Anguilla. We have Mr. Kurt Lloyd that will be taking on Mr. Hilroy Alfred, who is a renowned fitness instructor and trainer. Has competed in a number of fitness shows in Anguilla, St. Martin, and international. And we have Mr. Kirk Lloyd, who is a novice in cycling. Well, they both are, but looking to have a fat versus fit. Now Kurt is or was 390 pounds or 399 if my memory serves me correct, and has worked himself down to 297, 295. Been doing some serious training in the gym and as well cycling. And himself and Hilroy decided to take on a bet, fat versus fit. Now this race is gonna start from Greg's Trucking building. They're gonna head west to the end of West End, where we're heading to Cove Castle, and head back to Island Harbour. The race is for bragging rights. I think there's a friendly wager on it as well, if my memory serves me correct. It's $1,000 each side. So it's going to be an exciting race. My bet is on Kurt. I've rode with him a number of occasions and I've seen what he can do. I know Hilroy is a no-quit guy, but I've seen what Kurt can do, and I think he's going to be the victor. That's my prediction. We're going to get a few other spectators' opinion as we continue to go along with this race. I'm pretty sure the rough trainers, supporters are going to believe that the Hilroy is going to pull a major upset, but it's yet to be seen. It is Fit versus Fat, the first ever race. Usually we used to have a race in July, which is normally sponsored by Greg and Flo, where we had I think it's 5 laps around the block. That race is no longer active. Sadly, I think there's a race we need to get back. I participated in it 1 year. I think I came last, finished the race, but that's a race that we need to get back. So today is gonna be the first ever Fat versus Fit. We're gonna see exactly who's here. At the moment we have already Mr. Kirk Lloyd. He's present and live for the race. He seems to be well relaxed, well dressed, awaiting the moment. He has about another 20 minutes before the race is due. So ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have it. Fat versus Fit. We have Kurt, who's going to be the first, I believe. And next I think we're going to have a few more of the challenges to see exactly what's going to take place. I'm hoping this won't be a one-time event. Spectators are slowly pulling up. Kurt Lloyd is ready. I think he's ensuring that everything on his bike is in place, ensuring that his bike is good to go. It is the Fat versus the Fit. Kurt Lloyd versus Hilroy Alfred. A race that many has longed to see. There have been so many threats and bragging right about who's gonna win this, who's gonna have this, who's gonna win by 5 car length, who's gonna win by a mile. I even heard one person said that Hillroy won't even finish the race. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Fat versus fit. Hillroy 30%. They said body fat. No, they said that Kurtz has 70% body fat. Hillroy is more fit, so it's gonna be interesting to see what exactly is gonna be the outcome for this tremendous race. Fat versus fit, first ever to happen in Anguilla. Some tea? Tape? Yeah, and they start coming, asking questions or something. Which one should I walk with? Have enough charge?
That should be a road, that's good.
So here we have Miss Campbell. Who do you think is going to win the race today?
I played the fifth.
You played the fifth. Okay. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How you guys doing? Just want to ask a few. It's on. We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. Say good afternoon to the World Shellys. So Shellys, who do you think is going to win this race today? Who do you predict to win? Of course, going to win by how far?
I can't that much of a prediction I can give you.
That you can, but you think it's gonna win? Oh, okay, okay. At least I have someone who's agreeing with me. So there you have it, viewers. Shellys and I believe that Kurtz will win. Miss Derissa, who do you think is gonna win? She's playing shy. Why is she playing shy? And Derissa? Miss Derissa, why are you playing shy? We'll come back to Derissa. And we have another one here who's playing shy. She give me her back. So we're gonna cross the street to where the race is gonna start from. We have a few spectators. Gentlemen, how you guys doing?
Greetings.
Okay, you're live on Facebook, and this is the one and only.
Yes, Mr. Jerome Dupont.
Okay, Mr. Dupont, who do you think is going to win this race today?
This is Kurtz, man.
This is Kurtz race. Okay, so don't worry about that. So your money's on Kurtz.
Yes.
By how much distance do you think he's going to win?
Well, we're going to leave the other guy. What he named?
Hillroy, Mr. Hillroy Alfred?
Yeah, 2 villages up the road. 2
villages up the road. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, here you have it for yourself. They say they have 2 villages up the road. Then we have some other spectators here. We have Mr. Dylan. You want to give your prediction for the race today? Okay, so we have the Kurtzman, and is it going to be the same like what Mr. Jerome said, 2 villages apart?
I'm in 2 villages. No.
Okay. At least a mile. Oh no, well, it's gonna be a good race. Okay. But the money is on Kurtz. Okay then. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, here you have it. supporters that strongly believe that he's gonna win by a mile. Some believe that he's gonna win by 2 village. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're live on YouTube. And who do we have here? Naira and Tahila. So who do you think is going to win the race today? Hilroy. Okay, why do you think Hilroy is going to win? Oh, because he's your uncle. Ah, interesting twist. So by how much do you think Hilroy is going to win? By how much length or how much space or how much yard do you think Hilroy is going to win? You just know he's gonna win. But you're not confident. No, you're saying you're hopeful that he's gonna win. He's gonna win. Oh, okay then. And who do you think is gonna win? You don't know who wins? So you're not supporting Hilroy or Kurtz? No? You just want a good race. Alright, that's good. And then we have the man Lettuce himself. Lettuce, who do you think is gonna win? Kurtz for sure. Okay. Alright. Now we see we have some rough trainers over here, so I'm assuming that he's supporting his trainer, Mr. Hilroy. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing? You're live on YouTube.
Alright.
So who do you... Oh, well, I shouldn't ask who you're supporting because you're wearing it big and broad, and I'm assuming you think he's going to win as well.
Wait. You have to see.
You have to see.
You gotta see.
Okay, then, well, looking forward to... You'll be following the race?
Of course.
Okay, then that's good, that's good. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and then we have my former co-worker. She's playing Shy. I wonder why she's playing Shy. And Jerome?
You know,
yes, you're live on YouTube.
She said 2 hot down here. She ain't want nothing unless the cold.
So, who are you backing today, sir? Kurtz. And how far do you think he's going to win by? Yeah. Distance. A mile? At least a mile? Okay.
Listen,
that's good to know.
Let me tell you something. The reality of the story is if Hilroy and Kurtz come back here together, Kurtz still win. It don't matter who cross first.
Can you say that again for the viewers?
It does not matter. If the 2 of them come back here together, whoever cross first, it don't matter. If Kurtz come in behind of him, Kurtz still win.
And why do you say that?
Them say he's the Mr. Fit. He's supposed to leave Kurtz as George Hill.
Oh, okay.
On the way back.
Oh, okay.
Alright?
Alright. So there you have it.
No matter what happens.
Okay then.
Listen what I'm going on. Kurtz crossing.
Kurtz crossing. Yeah. Have it, ladies and gentlemen. And we have our DJ. Who's our DJ?
DJ Tights.
DJ Tights. Alright, nice to meet you.
DJ
Sparta. And we have some of the South Hill guys. So guys, who are you guys supporting? Kurtz or Mr. Hilroy?
I am Hilroy.
Oh, you're on Hill. Oh, the DJs are Mr. Hill. Okay, so I'm assuming you think Hill is gonna win. And who do you support, sir? Kurtz all the way. Mr. Ellis. Kurtz all the way. And the one and only.
I can tell you one thing. I can tell you something, right? 2 of them in my partners. But fitness is yeah! Hey, listen, watch this. Fitness. Cycling fitness and gym fitness is 2 different.
So with that.
So actually, I'll go with partner.
Kurtz. Alright. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We can put it in that vehicle then, and just put it team. Okay. Pause in the meantime? Or can we pause? I think nobody is coming around. Wait, I wonder if Juni coming.
Oh yeah.
I know Juni coming.
Okay.
Yo. Yeah, come. But here come, okay, you go with Tim in the next camera.
When you even know?
Yeah, come fast, Cuts on the hill ready.
Yeah.
Here we are? Yeah. So here we have the coach for Anguilla Cyclists. We have Tim. Tim, what's your prediction? Looking for Cuts to win. Do you think it's going to be a close race, or do you think it's going to be
I can't see.
You cannot see that? You haven't seen this? Okay. But you believe Cuts is going to win? Okay. And then here we have Mr. Derek. Come on, Mr. Derek. No, don't be camera shy. What's your prediction today?
Today, this is one of the bigger races, alright? This to me brings back the excitement and everything into cycling.
Right.
So what's going to happen? It's going to be a very competitive race.
Oh, okay.
But either way.
Oh, okay.
Alright, because Hilroy is set and he's focused.
Oh, okay.
Cuts is also focused and he would have lost 4 to 5 pounds. So
oh, okay.
that's the case. You never know what's going to happen. But as you can see, all the fellas from the gym and everything, you know.
So who are you placing your bet on?
Buy that one tough. And I'm going to tell you why. I know it cuts.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't seen him perform. I haven't seen him train. I haven't seen anything. I just know that he got a sort of tenacious kind of attitude and I want to win. So I can't tell you on that basis. However, plus the boy, part of the association and everything.
Right.
So we're going to kind of back him. But
oh, okay.
I like the competitive factor, So
oh, okay.
Let's see what's going to happen.
All right. Okay. All right. So we have it from the president from the public relations for the Anguilla Cycling Association.
Right.
And we are going to a few more video. Thank you very much, Mr. Carter. Here we have Mr. Mikey, who is also a trainer. Mr. Mike, how you doing? You're live on YouTube.
Good.
So what do you think is going to happen today? Your prediction?
I don't have a prediction. I just come out and root for both guys.
You root for both guys?
Yeah, I know them really good. So.
Okay, so you don't think no one has an edge or one? No.
Depends how long.
Here east.
Could be a close.
So you don't?
No, I don't think.
No.
So.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan, but I think Hilroy is a very fit guy. He will be, but I think.
All right, so there we go. Mr. Fit, Mr. All right, then. So he's getting. And here we have a few more spectators that's coming on. The crowd is getting thick. We have the one and only Mr. Tweedy, Mr. Vernon Carter. How are you doing, sir?
Alright, man, how are you?
I'm doing good. What's your prediction for today?
My prediction, I behind my friend inside the gym. I put a course that he lose all that weight. And he put on a good show today.
Okay.
I go ahead and kill it.
Okay.
As he represents be the fitness guys.
The Dungeon Gym.
They say that the fitness guys can do bike.
Oh.
Really gonna show him today. I hope you don't let me down, but
okay.
I'm backing it.
But so
I put a course because he lose a lot of weight.
Right.
And he's a rider, so he's ready.
But your money is on Hilroy.
Well, not money, but I root for it.
You root for Hilroy.
Yeah, I don't have all that money to win.
And if Hilroy were to win, what distance do you think he's gonna win by?
Well, if Hilroy wins, and he rides smart, not if he wins. When he wins.
Oh, when he wins.
When he rides smart today, he should win up by this son. But there's a little factor that his son might play with him. I think Hilroy should be good today.
Okay. Alright, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, from Mr. Vernon Carter, one of the trainers at the Dungeon Gym.
That's right.
Alright, so if you want some good training, that's someone to go to. Tech training. And here we have the proprietor for the Dungeon Gym, Mr. Hayden Hughes. Mr. Hughes, how are you doing?
Good.
You're live on YouTube. So what's your prediction today? Cuts. And why you say cuts?
Why I say cuts? Because Cuts been coming to the gym for a while, and this is not about coming to the gym, but this is about generating interest in sports.
Agree.
Lifestyles, healthy living, the proliferation of non-communicable diseases.
Right.
To show that anybody can get fit.
Right.
But also, Cuts have been so motivated, his last almost 40 pounds, you know, in the period getting in preparation for this. So it shows me that anybody can get in shape, right?
That's true.
You just have to have the motivation and the dedication to do it. So I'm very proud of Cuts and I'm very proud of Hill Ryan.
Okay.
What we've been doing over there at the Dungeon Gym.
Okay.
Anguilla, you know.
So your prediction?
My prediction is Cut. And I wash out.
A washout?
Yeah, Cuts is by far.
A washout. Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, you have it there?
Rough training shots today is going to take off the R and leave off.
Off. Okay then. You heard it yourself from Mr. Hayden Hughes. Now here we have Mr. Desmond Paul, who's a former Mr. Anguilla, competed in a number of fitness shows locally and regionally. Mr. Desmond, how you doing?
Good, man.
You're live on YouTube. So what's your prediction today?
Well, I told Hilly, you don't have to win.
He don't
can't lose.
Interesting set of words. Interesting set of words. He don't have to win, he just can't lose. Okay. So what distance do you give him then to win?
Well, I'm predicting that Hilly is going to win. Hilly is a very determined.
Okay. So he's going to win by... So it's going to be a close race? No? He's going to win by what? 5 car length, a mile? A mile?
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you have it here. Hill Rye, a mile. And we have something, people saying that Hill Rye is going to lose by 2 village. So this is the first one that we have saying a mile. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to one of the circus himself, Mr. Kurt. So, how are you feeling? Okay, you have is a comment and just okay then. Mr. Kevin, how you doing?
This man will win.
The best.
Is to bring.
It's so great. I totally agree. I totally agree. I was saying I'm hoping that we'll have more of these races coming up. Yes, yeah. This is one of the famous riders who started and never came back. So,
For the record,
for the record, you're back in Cuts. Okay then. All right. So you know we have some of the rough supporters. Hello, good afternoon. We have Miss Alfred. So Miss Alfred, how are you doing today? So I'm assuming you're supporting Cuts. I'm assuming you're supporting Cuts? No? Oh, all right, okay. So by how much distance is Mr. Ruff going to win today? You know he's going to win. Guarantee that. Okay then, all right. So we have it from our Ruff supporters. And then we have Mr. Alex Adams. And then we have Mr. Mario. We have Mr. Pat. How are you doing, sir? What's your prediction for today?
I'm frightened.
You're frightened?
But I think I can put a small bet on Hill Rye too.
A small bet on Hill Rye?
Yeah.
So you're not confident then?
I was confident until I see Hill Rye pass me one day. So you know what time it is.
Oh, okay.
50-50 bet.
Here we have the one and only Mr. Edwin Edwards, also known as AKA Mr. Big Man. Mr. Big Man, how you doing?
good man as always.
Okay, so your bet today is on whom?
Cut as usual.
Cut as usual?
Of course.
Okay, and you think he's going to win by what? A landslide?
Well, I won't say that, but I'm just well, I know his potential.
His potential?
Big guy, but
okay. Oh, okay. So your money is on Mr. Cuts?
Well, no money, but
you're supporting him?
Right.
Oh, okay then. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
All right. Here we have the biggest himself, and you have Mr. Kylan, one of our local cyclists. So Kylan, how are you doing today? And what's your prediction today? You're on Cuts. Why are you on Cuts?
Cuts breeding break all the time. This man is a gym man.
Okay, so it's not about him being fit. It's about Cuts being on the bike and knowing what he can do.
Basically.
Okay then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it.
I'm watching it.
Yeah, pause. Let's put a pause. Pause? Then pause? Yeah, I'll wait for it. You want to pause? We're going to buy letters here. Who's in the back with you? You have 2 helmets? Let me 2 helmets. So the girl come in? Teresa? Yeah, no, can give you a tag. Get a tag from me. Wait for the cuts, right? Yeah. Yo, go buy Junior for a helmet. Huh? Where? I don't know. You got a helmet home? Yo! Tell him to go before one more thing. Where is he, Hilroy? Good afternoon, good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody. And this we have good afternoon, how are you? I guess you're supporting Hilroy, right? Okay, that's your brother. Mr. Hilroy, how are you doing today, sir? And he's all set and ready for the race. Alright, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, the race is about to start. We're about to go east and then west. Go back to the helmet. The race is about to start, ladies and gentlemen. In the house. Hello. How you guys doing? Yeah. Okay. Huh? Good. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the crowd is gathering up. We're about to go live for this race. It's the first and ever Fit versus Fat Hilroy. We're about to start, ladies and gentlemen. We're live. Hilroy Alfred versus Tut Lloyd from North Hill. Fit versus Fat, the one and first ever Fit versus Fat race. It's gonna be a race of the year. This is more excited than John T. So here we have Mr. Kurtz again. We have the one and only Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter, how you doing? So who do you think that have this race today? It's up to Kurtz. I think so too. I say he's gonna win by at least by 2 village.
I ain't putting no time on it.
You ain't put no time on it? Alright. Okay. Here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The first ever flat versus. It's about to go down. So you had the official handshake. And ladies and gentlemen, the race is about to start. Yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Teresa, Adena. Dino, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start the first ever Fit versus Fat, Kurtz Lloyd versus Hilroy Alfred. We're live and we are off, ladies and gentlemen, and we are off. It's going to be an interesting race to see how long and how close this race is going to be. At the early going, you have Hilroy pacing at the moment. Most of us know going up against the wind, it's never a wise thing to do. And if I was him, I would have been sitting behind of Kurt, because Kurt is a bigger guy, so he'd have been blocking the wind for me. But Hilroy is very determined, and he's gonna try to set a pace or try to make his mark early in this race to see exactly what Kurt has to counter. So it's gonna be interesting to see what tactics and what can be done from the get-go. So as we have it right now, and Kurt has gone into a harder gear, you can see him spin a bit slower. Hilroy seems to be in an easier gears where he's just using more of his lower gears and spinning very high. I guess that's a part to get warm at the moment. But it's a very long race. We're going to head to Island Harbor, and we're going to head to Weston and then back. Are we going to Standing Ground as well? Standing Ground as well? So yes, so we're going to go to Island Harbor, Standing Ground, Weston, and finish at the starting line at Greg's Trucking. We are passing now East Oven, and Hilroy is still leading. Very small lead as he gets up to Fox. getting that lactic acid out of the system. Looking very comfortable. Cuts is sitting back on his wheel and just, at the moment, I believe he just let him do all the work. Like I said, it's a very long race. It's not a race to see who can start the fastest, but it's who can endure to the end. And at this moment, we have Hilroy, and Cut is just on his big plate, and he's using about six gears down. Not too sure what plate Hilroy is on at the moment, but we are passing these Tasties restaurants, and the leader has not changed, still remain Hilroy, and Cut is right on his wheel. It's going to be an interesting race to see exactly what's going to take place. Based on my observation, Hilroy is again standing up and foxing. Based on my observation, Hilroy is on his small plate still, and about 6 gears down. Could be a very smart, tactful move. Save that energy for the big plate on his way back down. He's already drinking some water. Like I was saying, use the big plate for when you're going with the wind. So at the moment he's right against the wind. We have about 12 to 14 knots wind heading our way. So we are passing the Red Dragon Disco, and the lead hasn't changed. Hilroy is still comfortably paced in at the moment. He's already indicating for his team car. So I'm not too sure what's going on, but he's already indicating that he wants his team car to come close by. Could we go back to see exactly what's happening? He's calling for his team car, and there they are. I think he's trying to get some water so he can throw over his body. He's doing some zigzagging, not too sure if that's a wise move. Here we have all our spectators on the side, those who are supporting Hilroy and those who are supporting Kurtz. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a very exciting race. It's a very long race. See, Mr. Hilroy did a move. It's not really very smart to be climbing on the concrete. At the moment as we are about to head down, Hilroy has a little lead, and Kurtz is hopping over and getting himself back in position. And there we go, and there goes the attack, and Kurtz is getting up. I think maybe just be a quick tease to see exactly if Hilroy is going to respond. And he didn't respond, pulled right back into the pack. And there you have it. We're on our way to George Hill. We're on the Wallasum Highway as Hilroy is foxing again. His team car is coming along to see what he needed. Looks like he needs some protein already. Getting himself some protein or some sort of shake. Because it's just sitting back and observing what's happening. Yeah, you have, ladies and gentlemen, we're on our way down to George Hill, second traffic light. Hilroy has nothing but a small lead. Like I said, it's a very long race. As we go down, Cuts is very relaxed. This is a race that Cuts rides on a regular basis, so he knows where his strengths are, he knows where his weaknesses are, and he's going to choose the right time to attack. I think at the moment he's just pacing and getting himself ready. I think he's still not warmed up as yet. As he's here getting some water. As we're about to pass the second traffic light in George Hill, there has been very, very minimal changes in the race, where you would see Cuts leading or so forth. It's been mainly Hill ride so far. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very early stage of the race. So at this moment, we really cannot say who's going to be winning this race at the moment. As we are about to pass the Locust Garden supermarket, it's basically neck and neck race still. Cuts comfortably sitting at the back of Hill Rise Hill as we just past the Roadie Hut. Still pretty much anyone's race. No one has given any indication to say that they can overthrow anyone at the moment. It's just Hill ride pacing, and like I said, I think that can be a detriment to him because he's of a smaller stature compared to Kurt. If I was the one racing, I would have been sitting at the back of Kurt's wheel. What did you say? Same thing, Vaughn? Right. Because Kurt would block most of the wind while going up riding against the wind. So I'm not too sure exactly what tactics Hill ride is pulling as we are about to go to the airport. It's a little bit rough terrain. Cuts is just sitting very, very relaxed and comfortable at the moment. Huh? Tim? Tell Tim come. Tell Tim come. Tell Tim come, call him. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to, we are on our way passing Anglic and the old NBA building, now known as the NCBA building. We still have a neck-to-neck race. We have Kurt Tim cars pulling up. Not sure what assistance he needs at the moment. We have our second cameraman, Kylan Fleming, who is showing the second. What you want? Jeez. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very big misunderstanding. We have one rider went through the Island Harbor Road, the other rider went through Farrington. Not to show the police. The police took the wrong road. We need to get someone to call the police. We had a miscommunication where the police took one road with one rider and another rider on a different road. This is not good. This is really not good. This is gonna kill the momentum for both cyclists. And at the moment, it is not a great. And Hill Rise is very annoyed because the route did indicate that he was going to Stunning Ground and it has been changed. And at the moment, it is not pleased.
Look the official route. Greg's Chucking Valley, Albert Lake Road. I don't have a look Valley Airport. That is the official route I go into the route.
Continue. No, yeah, continue. Yo, continue. You want me on him? Okay. We have a very, not to show what exactly happened, we have a very big misunderstanding where the police took a different route and Cuts went through the Farrington and Hillroy went through the Quarter. It's a very big misunderstanding and we have to get it rectified. The route is and supposed to go through the Albert Lake. We have a very big. He had to come wrong because he had the rules there. Not to show exactly what happened, ladies and gentlemen, but we have a very big misunderstanding. A very big misunderstanding where you have the route. Two different personnel went to two different routes and confused the race cuts. Go back this way. Not too sure exactly what happened, what or who made the misunderstanding, but there's a very big misunderstanding where we have one cyclist went through the Farrington and the other cyclist went through the Quarter. The route was clearly stated that should have gone through Albert Lake Drive. The police went through the Quarter heading through Mary's Bakery. I am very deeply sorry that this was such an amazing race thus far, and unfortunately this incident has dampened the race, and I'm hoping that it's not going to. He's waiting, he's coming back down. He's coming back down? He's not going to come. He's not going to come. He's not going to come. Tell Cuts come. He's not going to come. Trust me. Bessie, come down. Tell him to come down. We have a very big misfortune, unfortunate event. He's not gonna come in now. Trust him in. Oh my God, a very big misunderstanding with the course. And not to show what the outcome is gonna become, but
I am not meeting him. I just showed you the message. I just showed you the message. No, hold me back. No, this is not fair. I just showed you the message. Look at here. Read the message to him. Official route. Albert Lake Road.
No, not changing. I'm trying to find out. No, here, come down here.
Tim. Hello.
Oh, we have a very unfortunate situation.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yo, let's go meet him. Huh? Let's go meet him.
Hello. 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 I got a man in the car telling somebody.
Yo, tell Tim come. Tell Coach to come back. Tell Coach to come by Albert Lake. The route is sent by Albert Lake Road, not up there. Kylan.
Hey, Kylan. Yeah, ask Coach. Tell Coach, you know, I say he ain't coming back. He ain't going up there. The route was supposed to come through here. I think he's gonna come back. Yo, he right now. We went in different directions. Yeah, what you say you gonna do? Yeah, but here I say he ain't going up there. Here I say the route is through here. So ask Coach if he can come back. You can just cancel the route. Huh? But why the police didn't come back? Let me talk to Coach. Coach, you? Let me talk to you.
The police have the wrong route. This is the route. The police have the wrong route. The police took the wrong route. It's just crazy. Huh? They're talking to him right now. It's a rather unfortunate situation. It was such a great race, and unfortunately the police took the wrong route and had one cyclist going through the Albert Lake Drive and the other cyclist going through the quarter, and unfortunately this has dampened a race. It is quite a shame. It is really quite a shame. We're gonna.
I know. Around me, I say the police are coming back. I'm gonna just go have
it. Tell him to stay here.
Yo, move that car there.
Sylvester, move your car.
Yes, sir.
everybody watching us on YouTube, talk about it. Exactly what really took place, but Kurtz is all the way in Best Buy, and the race should have been going through Albert Lake. And this is very, very disheartening because there are so many spectators that is looking at this race. So ladies and gentlemen, this is where Kurtz is. He is next to the Delta gas station, and Hilroy is by Albert Lake. They take St. Albert Lake. Okay, he say not coming up. So unless you can go back up that way. Yo, let go to the police. Yo, stay there. Very, very unfortunate event. You can't turn around. The wrong route was given. No. It was to go to Albert Lake. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have the police stating that they are not going to turn around to facilitate this race, and unfortunately this race may have to be cancelled after such a long awaiting.
Say he coming back. Say he coming back.
Race cancel. No, I have your number.
Hey, Ben. Hello?
Police, they ain't turn around.
The police.
Police say they're not turning around. So unless we do it without the police.
Well, if you need to race up, that's would he just be up here and stand here around the bump? Yeah. I don't, for the meat cause we're in around, but the police say he's not coming back.
So much of people on talking about this right now because they did live, everybody vexed. Police gonna turn around. He don't want to turn around. It's just crazy. I mean, Vincent, we actually do the event. If we at least work with us, things happen. The rest of us go to Arbor Lake. Continue to stop. There's so much of people. messed up. The race get messed up. The race get messed up. Huh? By one red. One red went one way the other. Yeah. By Albert Lake. Yeah, because he said he's supposed to go to Albert Lake. Yeah, you know. Cuts all the way by Eastern School. Cuts all the way to Eastern School. I think it's a shame because everybody been waiting for this and now this happened. We asked the police to turn around, the police and he turned around. So no, you know. Yeah, that's true though. I think Cuts said he emailed the police wrong. Oh, that's unfortunate, man. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a huge misunderstanding. You have two riders. One rider took a right turn at the traffic light, the other rider took the straight path, and one rider is saying that the route was supposed to go through Albert Lake. The other rider is saying the route is supposed to go through the Quarter. And we tried to get the other rider to come back. Time we did realize where he was by Best Buy, while the other rider was at Albert Lake waiting on him. Van calling you. So at the moment, sadly to say, I think the race has to be cancelled. It's very disheartening because this has been an event that the public and everyone has been waiting for weeks, months, and for something like that to actually happen, it's very disheartening, and I'm not too sure how to even describe what I'm feeling, because it should have been a very exciting race. It was beginning to form a very exciting race, and to see exactly what materialized is just sad. So unfortunately, sad to see the race is out. Very unfortunate to say that. Very unfortunate to say that the race has been disrupted because of a lack of communication by the police and the cyclists, I would want to assume, because you had one cyclist turn one direction, other cyclist turn the opposite direction, and the race now that's supposed to be an exciting race has now been cancelled. Maybe said was to read out the route at the beginning of the race. I'm not too sure if the officials did that. I always knew that they were going to Ann Harbor, and I don't think no one read out the route for them before the race started. So very unfortunate that we had an exciting race that was beginning to build up. You were seeing what was beginning to transpire throughout the race, and with one split-second decision where two riders decided to go in the opposite direction, the race has become to an end. It is very, very disheartening, and I am personally lost for words, because myself included, along with the whole of Anguilla, was looking forward and anticipating this race. And unfortunately, the race did not materialize to what everyone wanted it to be. And I know coming back South Hill, the crowd that has gathered will be very, very disappointed. They are going to be very, very disappointed to know that the race that we've been waiting for so long did not materialize. And I think the police, yes, they had one road, but if we asked you to turn around to facilitate us in the race, they could have done that. And it is very sad to know that they were not even willing to budge. Even after different riders asked them, he insists that he's not going to turn back, and I think it's just very, very disheartening to say. I mean, yeah, I know they're the product of themselves, but things happen, things can change, and the police was not willing to budge to change the race, and I think it is very, very sad that actually transpired. You have so many personnel that are waiting for the race, and to see this is what happened. It's rather unfortunate, I must say. All the viewers in South Hill that have been waiting for this race are very, very disappointed to know that the decision was made by the police to not turn around and assist the race, or assist the riders to meet back and have a good race, instead to continue, and a race that should have been very impactful, and a race that the whole of Anguilla have been looking forward to was basically robbed from us. Not by the riders, but from the police that decided to not turn back and not even compile to assist us in the race. It is very, very disheartening. And I am personally lost for words. But what can we say? The officer refused to change, even though he said he had the road, and I think yes, it's possible to have the road, but things could have happened that I think an adjustment could have been made, and he refused to make that adjustment for the race, and as a result, sadly to say, that race, Fit versus Flat, has come to an end with no one declares a winner. Not too sure if the riders will want to do separate race heading back down to West End and finish at Greg Struggan. I think the spectators would at least love to have that. I would hope that they can come to some sort of agreement and do something like that. Because to end the race the way it did, it's really, really disheartening because they have so many spectators, so many us that are looking to do this race, and unfortunately it did not materialize. And the last time that I saw Hilroy, he was very, very annoyed and upset, and rightfully so, because the race should have gone the way that it should have gone, and unfortunately it did not transpire. We have a race that should have been an excited race. No, basically nothing. We have Team Hilroy that's here. With here was the verdict, and it's sad to say that nothing can happen. The police would not. So it's by the Eastern School. Eastern School. Eastern.
Yeah, but outside of that, that's very dishonest. He doing especially. Listen to me. I don't care when they talk about it. God said he did not want to come here. It was too hard. He said this was too hard. I am here.
I'm glad you said that. Make sure you get it done. Never wanted to come down here.
Stay. Let's stay forward. We got it. Huh? You still live, you know? We still live, so what is it? Yeah. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Miscommunication or something in regards to the road, and unfortunately we have no idea what transpired. Pick up behind Harbour while Jesus come in. Team them with him? Yeah. Call team them so we can follow you. A little confusion with the road. Hilroy came this way, cuts went in the next direction. The police don't want to turn back. Let's see which one will show better. Something having me jumble up. than internet. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, going for this way. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, due to the viewers' demand, we are back on. I believe one of the cyclists is still on the road, not too sure where is Mr. Hilroy. Here we have Mr. Kurt. Must say a very sad outcome for this event. I know many persons anticipated a very excited and fun race, and sad to see the outcome got disrupted just because of a simple direction that was given. The race originally should have gone through, starting from South Hill and heading east, based on the directive of one of the riders. It should have gone through the Aberlick Drive. Now, based on my understanding, Von Aberlick Drive is where?
Well, normally when we get to the stoplight, we say Aberlick stoplight.
And does that mean you go straight?
And normally, I think you should say whether you're going to go
left to Stony Ground, or you could take the right. Yeah. So I think that's where the big misunderstanding actually took place. That we had, the directive says Aberlick Drive, but one rider decided to go right and the other decided to go straight, which means going through Stony Ground, Lilydix, whereas the other rider went through the quarter, head to the Farrington into Long Path area. And like I said before, I think for me the biggest disappointment was that even after we realized the split up between the two cyclists, that the police was unwilling to cooperate with us to just reroute and to get the cyclists or get a race back on again. I think that was, to me, the most disappointment in the race. This is a race that has been long waiting for, long overdue, with all the hype, and to know that it was not materialized just because of a simply misdirection. It is rather unfortunate. I think disappointment is an underestimate to what the viewers, the spectators in South Hill and throughout the different villages, I know they are very, very disappointed, and I think disappointment is a very much understatement word to even use. I am going to challenge both cyclists to see if they could come to an agreement and see if we can do this race next week. I know it might be short notice. I know tempos might be a bit fierce at the moment, but I would challenge both cyclists to sit and let's find a way that we can route the path that we're gonna take, and let's see if we can have this race next week. Next 2 weeks is Jaunty, and I think it would be an excellent way to start out Jaunty by having this race, and it was, because this is a race that everyone has been talking about for months, for weeks and days, and I mean leading up to it, it was something everyone talked about it. Everyone on social media post the pictures, put the comments, and was looking forward to a very, very good and competitive. And the first 3 miles, you could say?
Yeah.
3 miles of the race. It was an exciting race. When tactics by different riders, like I told my driver, I was very much surprised to see that the Hill Ride was actually taking the pace to lead the race, because riding going east, you're riding against the wind, and he took up the challenge, being the kind of trainer that he is, and was pacing going east. And me as a rider, when I'm riding against the wind, I always stay behind the biggest person and go from there. So a rather unfortunate event where you have the riders, basically one is still riding. What exactly is going to be the outcome of that? What do you think is going to happen for him? Because I'm hoping he's not going to say that he completed the race, and it's going to be interesting to see exactly what's going to take place.
I think Cuz is just getting his Sunday riding.
Oh, okay. And that could be very much well it. He anticipated this race. I know normally on a Sunday we do a very long ride, 3 to 4 hours, about 100 k. So I guess maybe he just decided to just burn that lactic acid out of his legs and just to get a walkout, since seeing that the race did not materialize to the expectation that it was supposed to. Don't know what else to say. I'm just very, very disappointed in their company. I strongly believe the police could have been a bit more cooperative. Things can happen, things can change. If God forbid they had a major accident on the road and we had to change. Right. Exactly. Exactly. So.
In a situation like that, I mean, if he's going to say what he's going to go by what's on the paper, then.
Well, I mean, I would say that we are supposed to go by what's on paper, but sometimes things can change.
Yeah, exactly.
And for a race of this magnitude, for what the spectators and the whole of Anguilla has been looking forward to see, all those that's on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, this is what we all been talking about: fit versus fat, hill ride versus cuts, cyclist versus a bodybuilder. And to see that it was materialized the way it was because of a simple misunderstanding, and because the police that decided to be a bit stubborn, if I may say, and refusing to adjust or even to cooperate, to say, no, okay, we'll take another route just to facilitate you guys, and that did not happen, and it's very, very disheartening. It's a big disappointment, if I may say so. And I think the society of Anguilla, the public, has been robbed of an exciting race. That's all I think I can say. We were robbed of an exciting race that we all been waiting for months and months and months waiting.
Did they agree to do it?
Yes, and I'm hoping that when Cuts do come back from he's on the way to the West End at the moment, I'm hoping that he would be in agreement to have the race over sometime, next week Sunday, and hoping that Hillary would be in agreement. I know at the moment he's very heated, so I am really hoping that he would be in some sort of agreement to say, you know what, for the fans' sake, we're gonna have this race next week. We're gonna have it, maybe even have it signed, so they can have a clear understanding of where the road's supposed to be. Because I think that is very, very important. Have a clear understanding of which route are we going to take, where are we going to go from, which direction to the next, and so that there won't be no confusion. Because the sad part is that, like I said, the beginning of the race was very excited, and what would have been rather unfortunate would have been if if Hillroy or Kurtz had break away from each other, and while racing, one have gone into the two different directions and passing each other going the opposite direction, that would have been even worse. Saying that one would have gone through the Farrington and the other one would have gone through Stony Ground, and maybe, let's say, maybe passing each other through the Welch's Hill. Then that would have created even a greater confusion, and what can I say? It's very, very unfortunate that this great event had to subject to this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to say, thank you for all the viewers, thank you for the supporters. Please bear in mind, on July the 15th, we will be having our 17th Memorial John T. Memorial Race, and this will be our YouTube channel where we will be viewing the race, showing you all the different islands. We're supposed to have over 70 riders coming in for John T.
I can't say for sure how many are coming, but normally that's the quantity.
Yeah, normally we have about 70 that normally comes to Anguilla for John T. And this year promises to be a very much exciting one. We have some very good riders in Anguilla that we think have a very good chance of winning John T this year. We have Zavi, who's been riding tremendously over the last couple of months. We have Sani. We have BZ. I haven't seen Shotman. Has he decided to retire?
He came out on Friday.
He came out on Friday, so will he be riding for John T? Okay, that's good. So it would be nice to see Shotman back on the bike. I think himself and Sonny are a great tag team, and find some way where they can ride together. And I would love to see Anguilla win a John T, and I would love to see it this year. What about you, Vaughn?
I think it's long overdue.
It's long overdue. We have never won a John T. I think we came close as second. Second. That was how many years ago?
I don't remember. I think
that was Chris Bradell.
Chris, I think Brian got
second as well. So you're right. So I think we've gotten 2 seconds. Never came up first. Always been the bridesmaid and never the bride. I think it's about time we become the bride. So we have some very good cyclists in Anguilla who've been training tremendous over the last couple of months. We have Sani, BZ, and Shotman. I think they went to Australia for the Commonwealth Games, and they did very well in those games. So I am, for one, expecting great things from them coming to this John T. As we see the hazard lights up ahead of us, I think that's where Kurtz is at the moment. Still looking forward to hear what he's gonna say at the completion of the race. It's gonna be rather interesting. We're here in Long Bay, sorry. Just approaching Foods 95, and Kurtz is still going down. He's gonna go down to Cove Castle. Yeah. So he'll go to Cove Castle and turn back around. He went to Sandy Ground, turned around by the junction and came up the hill, and now heading west as he's passing the Picante restaurant. Not too sure what speed he's doing at the moment. Maybe about 30-35 kilometers. Yeah. What can I say? Yeah, and to me that's the most disheartening thing, because I think the police could have been a bit more cooperative. This has been a long anticipated race, and he didn't even think about it. He just told you straight up, he's not changed, he's not turning back, he's not turning around, he's doing what he has on the paper. And yes, people always mean, yeah, you normally get the directive, but things can change. We have seen things change, we have seen things change in jaunty races before, where the terrain has become a bit dangerous for the cyclists, and they changed the route, and the police cooperated. And only Mr. Vincent can explain to you why he chose not to cooperate, or at least give an explanation to why he's not going to change. And I just find it to be very, very disheartening, because I think we were robbed, if I may say, we were robbed of an excited race. It was building up, the viewers was enjoying it, to see exactly what would have transpired, and because of one simple miscalculation, one simple misdirective, we were basically robbed of an amazing race. One cyclist has continued, the other one has decided to stop. I'm not too sure exactly what is going to transpire at the end of the race. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have Mr. Kurt Lloyd, and looks very comfortable. Knowing him, he's at the moment using the police van to block the wind, so he's basically tailgating. Smart tactics. Less work for him to do on the way back up, going against the wind.
But that's not legal.
It's not legal. I was just about to say that, but my driver reminded me. Yes, in Tour de France or any bicycle race, it is illegal to do such a thing. No. So,
trying to get a few words from him?
Yeah, I was trying to get a few words from him to see exactly what's his frame of mind in regards to the race, to see exactly, hoping that he would consider giving us another race at some point in time. Not too sure if it will happen, but we're hoping that he can and would consider giving us a race, as he's approaching us again as we're about he's doing about 5-10k coming up the slope. Well, I know hills is not his strongest point. So Kurt, how you doing? Mr. Lloyd, how are you? Still a little bit. Mr. Lloyd? He's a bit exhausted, so some of the viewers that's along the road still believe that the race is on, not realizing that the race has been cancelled. He's just finishing the route. Yeah. Yes. That's the good thing about good sportsmanship. No, he's still getting the support along the road. I still believe this would have been the outcome. It could have been proven wrong, but that's just my personal gut feeling. But I'm just hoping that they both can come to an agreement and give us a race next week, where we would indicate from the start of the race where exactly we're going, at each junction which stop, if we're gonna go straight, left or right, so there won't be any confusion. Because I think that's what happened here today. We had such a major confusion in regards to what route is being taken after we reach the Arbor Lake traffic light. Mr. Lloyd took the right turn and Mr. Hilroy went straight ahead, saying that's where Arbor Lake Drive is. I can't say he's wrong, because personally speaking, I don't even think I knew where Arbor Lake Drive was. So, as we are approaching the Best Buy supermarket, heading back east. It has its supporters, and of course the supporters are that's his mom, right? His aunt. Okay. So I must say we were robbed of an excited race. If I can throw blame, I will throw blame on the police, if I may say so myself, because I think they could have been a bit more cooperative and help with the road and just to reroute, but unfortunately that could not have been done. Rather unfortunate. I must say, Cuz look a bit tired. Do you think he's fatigued?
Calling for his car.
He's getting some, I believe, some Coke or Gatorade.
Lighting his bike. Get over the hills.
Yeah. Some people might think that a bottle of water is nothing, but you have a bottle of water climb up a hill, it makes a big difference. So. We're doing about 25 kilometers, so he's doing about 20. 22.
Actually, no, he's probably like 25.
25? Okay. Right. Which is very good, because, yeah, and that's about 12 miles, 12 or 13 miles, roughly. So. Who knows, maybe one year we shall see Mr. Cuz Lloyd actually participate in a jaunty. I mean, he won't be participating to win, but just to be able to say you competed one of the toughest challenge or one of the toughest race, it's a good accomplishment. That he will be participating in the jaunty race next year. He's one of the young cyclists training, and he's like Cuz, has lost tremendous amount of weight and have been doing wonders on the bike. I know we ride every day except for Thursdays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I think it goes out on Sundays for about 4 hours. So I have the sport looking very good in Anguilla, and looking to build it even more in the future with some supporters. Looks very, very comfortable. Yeah, and his pace, I think he's doing about 18-20 okay, and looks right on point. We're about to approach the Long Bay traffic light. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we just come on over the last leg of the race, where you have Klutz by his own self. Hilroy decided to stop due to miscommunication in the race and decided not to partake. The race has been cancelled, called out, but Mr. Lloyd decided to continue the road. Yes, yeah, and that's why I'm very, very disappointed, because this is, I mean, everyone spoke about this race for weeks and months, as Curtis showing his foxing ability. And to be honest with you, I think this was even more hype than Janty, because of the two individuals that were participating in this race of that is fit in such and he what I'm going to do what I know best and challenge each individual, namely Hilroy, to see exactly what he can do in this terrain. And it's rather unfortunate that the race had ended the way it did. It's really, really a disappointment, and it's partially maybe the cyclists, but I give a majority of the blame to the police for not even trying to be cooperative with the athletes in regards to the race. I think it's just rather disheartening that he was not even willing to compromise anything. So hence we had a solo race. The other cyclist is at the main starting point, basically sitting and waiting. still maintaining a very good pace, 22, 23, 24. Very good, I must say. We are about to approach the Walter Fleming hardware. Seems to be very poised. What brand bike is he riding? Is it a Trek?
Yeah, it's a Giant.
The Giant. Yeah, so all his supporters has been long anticipated for, and I just think it's so sad that we were robbed of a good race. I have to say, we were robbed. He's in quite good condition because he's foxing that hill straight. Shows his strength and his poise and his ability to overcome the hills that he had many troubles in the past before. Yeah, so we're about to approach the finishing line, which is about under a mile. At 3 o'clock. So it's 2 hours 20 minutes. Wait a bit more. Coming to the finishing line. Yeah, looking to see exactly what the outcome is going to be in regards to what the personnel is going to see in regards to this whole event, saying that it was not completed the way it should have been. His supporters will still congratulate him, that's for sure. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be interesting to hear the different comments from different personnel to know exactly what took place. You want to stay live? It's up to you. Some people want to hear exactly what happened. alive. So we had a very big misunderstanding of what exactly took place. One racer said that the instruction was supposed to go through Arbor Lake Drive. The other one is saying it's supposed to go through the quarter. So a very big misunderstanding, and unfortunately the police was not even willing to cooperate to turn around to give the spectators what they've been looking for months. And I thought, to me, that was the most disheartening part, that he was willing, he just basically said no, he's not turning around, the police. And I thought that was rather a bit unjust, but what can we do? Well, that is true, but we have seen instances when we had John T and they changed. They changed the route? Yeah. When we recall 2 years ago when the rain started to fall heavy, going to standing ground, they changed. So, well, that's true. But I felt that they could have. I mean, this is something that we've been waiting for months, and so yeah. So one part is saying that they emailed the directive to the police, the other one is saying that they received different directives. So based on the email that was passed on from Kurt. And he's saying he has something different, so I have to go and now find out exactly what is the definite answer to what. You get the confidence too. I personally like to see the race to be raced again next week. Well, that is true too, and I would like to. I would like to speak to both parties to say exactly what is actually going to take place. So I think it's due to the crowd to know exactly what's going on. So we have Mr. Kurtz. So I am going to go get his opinion to hear what he has to say.
Why you asking me if you know the race, right? Okay. You asking me if you know the route? 5 times. Because the race start, the race is on. Finish. You don't have to race again. It's over. Go you pick up, go home, don't need to stay there. Nobody. Go straight home. Straight home.
So the road was given before the race?
He refused to take the road. See, he know.
Oh, okay then. All right, discussion done.
But he got the road on his phone.
Discussion done.
He got the road on his phone. And the road said,
yeah, I paused.
He got the road on his phone. And he's saying that road said Arbor Lake Drive. He went Watanabe Drive.
The Arbor Lake Drive is
going east. Watanabe Road going west.
Oh, because I was asking where's Arbor Lake Drive.
I don't know either.
I didn't know.
He doesn't know either. I don't know either.
I didn't know where Arbor Lake Drive was either. So
I don't blame him now. You have to put your point out when they jump to the window. You have to find out when you have to jump to the window. Wait, do you think he was under pressure already? I got on the water before you reach the window. Yeah, but we as a friend office back on him. All office. But we try a stunt. But the you make it worse if I went on the way. Come on, laugh at you. You not see no partner. No. More challenging going that way. Exactly. Going that way. More challenging that way. Straight head way. Hey. Because he find a window and he jumps to the window. That's all. You follow the police, right? Why you didn't follow the police? When I pass you, when I meet you, I have a leg. That's why I'm jumping. That's why I don't have to get on him. Because tell me that you're on the wrong road. Yeah. And you're already have a leg hard all the time. Junie asked a man if he's sure what the route is. Say, yeah. Okay. But not even that. The police turn right. When the guys come up to Martin and they get mixed up with the route, right? Them guys will turn around and come back and stuff like that. So
yeah, but I want both parties to come to an attack, because I want both parties to come together and talk.
Man, it's not easy thing. You got to follow you. Even policemen can tell you to tell you. And you can't do that fuck. I want to go over there. I mean, I hear the pay money, you know that fuck. He stopped me to picture about us, man. What's the fuck? Listen. I mean, if the policeman saw, he just stop it to me. Where he come? You know, as a man, you know,
that pass, man. Team pass?
Exactly. Wow. We stand up by Sunday and watch Hassan and them and I tell Cuts we are